Oh my god, she's snowing angrier than two Canadian geese fighting over a beaver tail, I tell you what. Poor little puppy dog doesn't know what to think. Throw him out in the snow and he's almost drowned already. Those are my knees. Oh my god, he made it. Wish me luck, folks. Ugh. Just a bit snowy. Oh gee. Just like many others, once I'm done with the cold day outside, I like to come inside, warm up around the fireplace with a girlfriend of my choice, and enjoy some cocoa. But more than anything, what I like to do is beat my meat. Beat all the meat. I ain't impressive. I don't mind what kind of meat I beat. Now, when I'm done beating my meat, what I like to do is to hang out with my virtual girlfriend, which brings me to the subject of this video. Ladies and gentlemen, let's not kid ourselves. Technology is changing everything. It's changing the way we interact with each other. It's changing the way that we can interact with other people that are a lot alike us. I truly believe that platforms like Twitter and chat rooms, message boards have increased the strength of outlining sexualities that aren't binary and made it easier for people to come together and demand a stronger relationship within society, have come to demand equality within society, which is absolutely reasonable. Homosexuals, transgenders, LGBTQ, it seems like with the advent of the internet, they've become stronger than ever, and God bless them, because it's about time that we started treating them equally. And not just like jokes. Geez, you can go back to 2005 and see movies that are just totally out there because they're just so transphobic, basically. Or when someone would say, yeah, well, you're gay. And 2005, that would have been a thing. But because of the advent of technology, these groups have come together, gotten stronger, and gotten better communication out. If you down some of these individuals, they can come together like Anonymous during Chanology. And if you take one down, 10 will rise up to take their place, and they will take your job down with them. Now, the same thing's going on with standard relationships. I may have mentioned Tinder. Tinder's a way, of course, that you can go out and meet people just to hook up, or maybe even something more. Plenty of Fish is a site that a lot of people have been using to meet each other. Man, bars have been around forever. I'm not so sure about clubs, but let's face it, those aren't the best places to meet people. Neither is work, so technology is definitely a great middleman for this kind of stuff. But unfortunately, sometimes there are some situations where it isn't a good middleman because one group doesn't have any interest in meeting the other group because they're terrified of them. So back in the day, it was always men that were supposed to go and see women. It was not socially acceptable for women to go after men. Men had to do everything. They were still expected to spend all of the money. And man, back in the day, when I told my girlfriends, why don't you buy me flowers one of these days? I actually got flowers. I got flowers delivered to me to work. But anyways, what I'm saying is some things don't change. One thing going on in Japan right now is that they are not having much luck getting their young guys to have kids. Guys don't want to have anything to do with the girls. Oh, not in every case, but in a wide number of cases, there are so many strong females out there that are just not even worth not even worth the time for many super intelligent Japanese individuals, Japanese males, to go out after. They would rather be successful and work. They're not interested in starting families, and heck, many of these women are also not interested in starting families. They just want to be successful at work, and God bless them. Maybe the world would be good for that. But if we're all successful at work and no one for the next generation is there to come up, that's not going to go so well. Anyways, also in Japan, another issue is that women are getting power, which is good. But if you get so much power to a point and you push the men down and you suppress the men and you make them betas, let's say, just for the sake of argument, if you make them beta, if you make them passive, then they won't even want to go after these women. And if the women aren't going after the men, then nothing's going to go on. So, welcome to the new world, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the new world where your girlfriend can be on a cell phone. And there are a lot of males in Japan that have virtual girlfriends. There is one very expensive clock that you can get that will talk to you through your phone to say all the "I love you," "When are you coming home?" "I'm waiting for you to come home," etc., so on and so forth. And not only that, so we got the emotional attachment there, and the emotional with technology coming in and people actually putting money into this, the technology is going up. The artificial intelligence is going up. Once you're past that, there's another thing that men really like from women. I suppose women really like it from men, but I will always argue that men have the bigger drive for it, is the sexy time. But now, thanks to silicon, we can take care of that. We don't need no silly females. We got this. With a hunk of silicon, away we go. No problem at all. Don't have to worry about paying anyone any extra money. Don't have to worry about anything. Don't have to worry about STDs. If you should pay or if they should pay, where you're going to take them, dating, any of this stuff. Man, this stuff can be really stressful for some guys sometimes. But these days, we don't need to. And it's just interesting. Where is society going to be going with this? Now, one thing people always say about technology is it's going to make us fat, and we're just going to sit around on our asses and scoot around all day. Okay, a bad diet will do that. What if we are too interested in science and success and furthering the human ability? What if we have the ability to become so much smarter and do so much more, but we don't have the ability or the aptitude to find and fall in love and do stupid things that's related to love? What if we're just so super intelligent and so productive that we don't have time to do anything stupid like having kids? Could we erase ourselves this way? This is an art. This now when I take all this stuff together and look at it, it comes to me, it looks like art, and art is supposed to make you question, or at least some sorts of art are supposed to make you question. They're supposed to reflect back at you. And when I see this, when I see these individuals that are just too scared to talk to strong women and just stay with themselves. I'm pretty sure there's a word for these individuals in Japan, and there's definitely lots of them in North America. Some of them go to the dark side and become incel. That's another story, of course. But it seems like an art. I'm staring at it and it's staring right back at me. And it's technology. And it's not just technology. It's technology taking over for something that we as a group have lost, that we as a group are no longer fulfilling, that we as a group never fulfilled perhaps, because let's face it, I can only look back in social history for so long, right? Like maybe the last 100 years, someone like me would have an idea about. But if you really wanted to know how people were 200, 250 years ago, geez, you'd have to find some kind of social scientist that had this history, because it's interesting. As time changes, as technology changes, we change. What do you think, folks? Am I missing something? Am I onto something? If you think I am, please leave a comment, because I think it's important. I think this is meaningful. And we're getting to a time when we can have robots. We're getting to a time where we can have sexy time robots. And that's going to change everything. I'm interested to see how it goes. Anyways, that's it for me, folks. I think my family's home. Have a good one. Take it easy and take care of each other, folks.